What it is, y'all, it's your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back today with another Dokkan video. Now, as you guys know, they've been dropping hints what the Worldwide Celebration is going to be on Twitter a lot. Now, it's pretty obvious at this point we have like a 50-50 chance of getting this right, but I honestly feel like everybody on Twitter is kind of wrong about what's happening here, and I'll explain why, but let's take a look at the hints real quick. So we're going to start off with the first hint they dropped here, and pay close attention to the audio. The video, it is what it is. Pretty obvious. The audio, on the other hand, is really the linchpin in this. Okay. Take it in for a minute. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. So the audio is the important part here. Now what they're building here, very much secondary. Okay, to be continued. So they continue on over here. And we're putting together some clouds. Once again, let's go back out here. Same song. Let's turn it up a little bit more so you guys can hear it. Okay, we're making a Dokkan Battle logo out of frosting. You got this cookie shortbread thing going on here. Now, this was the first time that I was like, oh, okay, grass. All right, cool. Clouds. All right. With the shoulder pad looking thing they were building, it was kind of like, what are we doing here? Where are we going? This could be really anything. I love the fact that they're bending the clouds, though. Somebody's put a lot of work into this. So to be continued. So finally, we come over here to the one they dropped early this morning. Now, this was the linchpin. This is it. We know now that this is Trunks' time machine, 100%. Had some clues before. We've had several things dropping. Now, once again, I'm going to turn up the volume. Pay really close attention to the audio. Okay, they're obviously building the little thrusters for Trunks' his time machine. This is the chair. And we had a big discussion about this last night. We were recording one of the Pokemon episodes for the other channel, and there was a debate: are there multiple chairs in the time machine? And I was like, no, there's only one. Everyone else just kind of either sits on the console or stands behind Trunks. It's only ever had one chair. And it's got this kind of red-looking, like, leather, almost like easy chair-looking thing in the center. This is 100% the time machine. Okay? But one more time, I'm going to back this up and listen to the audio. Now, I recognize the song, but I'm having a rough time placing it. And what I've done is I've actually gone through. Let's go and listen to it a little more. For me, the quality of the song is kind of where I'm thinking and I'm looking. So initially, when I went back through and I listened to a bunch of the audio from the Future Saga, which a lot of people were saying this was Future Saga, this is a lot of the music. If you go back and listen to the Future Saga for Dragon Ball Super, it's very deep bassy and orchestrated, like an orchestra working on a piece. A lot of cymbals, a lot of deep tones, not a lot of this overwhelming kind of uplifting music. Even at the end of it, if you remember the very end of that saga everything was very dark. Zamasu took over literally the entire timeline, and Zeno had to just negate the whole timeline. To me, it doesn't sound like the music from Super. I'm not completely sold on this being from the Future Saga. I really kind of feel like this is more Dragon Ball Z-ish. But it definitely is triumphant. It's the end of a big event. We have had plenty, and I mean plenty, of Zamasu, Trunks, Rage Trunks, Super Saiyan Blues, Vegetos, all those. We've had tons of those in the game. But we've also had tons of cells. And it really got me thinking, what would be a really fun event to have? And why not a Trunks? With everything that we've got, standby skills and active skills and all that, why not have a Trunks that represents like the old physical LR Trunks, that moment where he first showed up and he took out Frieza? Now, if you go back and you listen to the old Kikuchi score, now we're not gonna talk about the Falconer score or any of the US dubs or anything like that, because this is Akatsuki dropping this. They're always gonna default to either Kikuchi score or the what's the Kai score. I can't remember the composer on the Kai score, but the Kikuchi score was very like industrial. Now it had kind of that. If you go back here and listen to this, I was initially thinking this was the Kikuchi score, but the Kikuchi score for everything there was like very early 90s electric guitars. It was kind of had that early 90s vibe to it. And this does not. This sounds a little more triumphant, a little more not orchestrated to me necessarily, but it definitely sounds synthesized maybe. Definitely not, we're not going Falconer here. I'm thinking maybe the DB Kai version of that part of the story. I'm not 100% certain, but I'm pretty convinced at this point this is not Super. I think this is going to be from Z, personally. Now, maybe I'm wrong. If somebody can actually go out there and find which exact song this is, you'll know right away what this is going to be. I am not convinced this is the Future Saga. I think, in a perfect world, I would love this to be that first time where Trunks shows up and then, of course, leaves and gives, Goku the heart fire, the medicine for the heart virus, all that good stuff. Because think about it. It was a time of brightness, bright colors, puffy clouds. He lifted off, and everything was going to be right with the world. The androids were on their way. Our heroes had plenty of time to train and prepare. Goku wasn't going to get the heart virus. He had the antidote and all that stuff. This was a very triumphant time in the story. Now, if you go back and also think about it, post Cell Saga, Goku's dead. And so while it is triumphant, it's not quite the same. Same with the Future Saga. The end of that, an entire timeline is gone. The only remnant of that is Trunks and Mai, and then they kind of disappear off into another universe, and who knows where they're going or what they're going to do. So, and it's kind of like the last hurrah, the last goodbye. I'd have to go back through and listen to a lot more of the audio and really do a little more research on this, but I'm pretty convinced this is going to be Z-based. I think this is going to be like the Dragon Ball Z. Obviously, Trunks is involved. I was thinking Kikuchi score, but it might actually be DB Kai. Hard to tell. Either way, guys, I don't think it's Future Saga. I think we're looking at either that initial Trunks arc, or where he took out Frieza and King Cold, or potentially sometime during the Android Saga, or maybe even the end of Cell. I kind of don't want Cell because we've been there, done that, but I don't think anybody would argue if we had a base Trunks that had an active skill where he went Super Saiyan and did the sword slashes and just hacked up his opponent. That, to me, would be pretty cool. And that's what I'm kind of hoping for. But let me know what you guys think. We have a Heart Virus Goku. We have a couple other things. But that physical LR Trunks, definitely very, very, very old, very aged. Even as EZA, he's still not very relevant. But A carnival version of that would be very fresh, very new, and very interesting. That's my take. Let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, share, and I'll be back with more Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle coming up soon.